there's one thing that's a little underrated in American farming, it's the good old rabbit. While cows, chickens, and pigs get all the attention and Instagram hashtags, rabbit farming quietly hops along. It might seem like a small part of American agriculture, but every year, American farmers harvest about 56.32 tons of rabbit meat, a figure that's both respectable and cute, just like the animals themselves. Let's dive into the world of rabbit farming, harvesting and processing, exploring the ins and outs of this niche but growing industry. Rabbits aren't just cuddly little creatures, perfect for petting zoos or Easter decorations. They are lean, mean protein machines. Farmers love them because they are resource efficient. They don't need as much space or feed compared to larger livestock like cows or pigs. Think of rabbits as the minimalist of farm animals. They can live in relatively small quarters and have a speedy reproductive cycle. In fact, a single rabbit can produce 6 to 8 pounds of meat while consuming very little in terms of feed. They're also prolific breeders, hence the old phrase, breed like rabbits. A farmer could start with just a few breeding pairs and within a year have enough bunnies to make a significant impact on their meat production. Rabbits for meat are often specific breeds like the New Zealand white or Californian rabbits. These breeds are favored for their fast growth rates and large size. Once a doe female rabbit is bred, she can give birth to a litter of up to 12 kits after a pregnancy lasting about 30 days. A healthy doe can have up to 5 or 6 litters per year, meaning the rabbit population grows faster than you can say, "What's up, doc?" Farmers carefully manage the diet of their rabbits to ensure healthy, strong animals. Their diet mainly consists of hay, fresh greens, and specially formulated rabbit pellets rich in nutrients. The goal is to ensure the rabbits are healthy, gain weight efficiently, and maintain good fur, which, by the way, can also be a profitable product. In modern farms, rabbits are raised with a focus on both efficiency and animal welfare. The conditions for rabbit care in these facilities emphasize space, cleanliness, and diet to ensure their health and well-being, which in turn leads to high-quality meat production. Modern rabbit farms typically provide individual or group pens that allow enough room for rabbits to move freely. These pens are often designed with mesh floors to allow waste to drop through, maintaining cleanliness and reducing the risk of disease. Rabbits are sensitive to temperature, so many modern farms have climate-controlled environments. This ensures the rabbits stay comfortable in both hot and cold conditions. Proper ventilation systems are in place to maintain fresh air circulation and reduce humidity, which is essential for their respiratory health. Rabbits are fed a balanced diet that primarily includes hay, fresh greens, and specially formulated pellets that provide essential nutrients like fiber, proteins, and vitamins. Access to clean, fresh water is also critical, and many farms utilize automatic water systems to ensure consistent supply. Regular health checks are a key part of modern rabbit farming. Farmers or veterinarians monitor for common issues like digestive problems, respiratory infections, and dental health. Preventive care, including vaccines and parasite control, is often part of the management routine to keep the herd healthy. Breeding practices are closely managed to avoid overbreeding and stress. Female rabbits are given time to rest between litters to ensure their well-being. Additionally, many farms adhere to animal welfare standards that prevent overcrowding and ensure humane treatment throughout the rabbit's life cycle. These practices help ensure that rabbits are raised in conditions that promote both humane treatment and efficient meat production, balancing ethical concerns with economic viability. When the rabbits are ready for harvest, typically around 8 to 12 weeks old, they weigh about 5 pounds. Harvesting rabbits is a much smaller scale process than that of cows or pigs, so the slaughter facilities are often family-owned or smaller scale operations. The process itself is designed to be as humane as possible, with a quick, painless method of euthanasia, usually using a technique called cervical dislocation. I know it sounds a bit morbid, but compared to the industrial processes of larger animals, it's relatively quiet and stress-free for the rabbits. Once harvested, the rabbits are taken to processing facilities, where they are skinned, gutted, and cleaned. Rabbit skin is surprisingly useful and can be sold for fur production, adding another revenue stream for farmers. After being cleaned, the rabbit carcasses are cooled and prepared for packaging. Some are sold whole, while others are broken down into various cuts like legs, loins, and shoulders. The meat is vacuum sealed and either frozen or shipped fresh to markets, restaurants, or directly to consumers. A neat little tidbit: rabbits are highly sustainable in terms of processing. Almost every part of the rabbit can be used, minimizing waste. For instance, bones are sometimes used for making broth, and the organs, especially the liver, are considered a delicacy in some cuisines. Now, let's zoom out from the farm and processing plant and look at where rabbit meat fits into the broader picture of American life. The role of rabbit meat in the US isn't huge, but it has a niche market. You won't see rabbit meat next to the beef burgers at every grocery store, but that doesn't mean it's insignificant. As more consumers turn towards sustainable, healthy meat options, rabbit meat is carving out its place. The rabbit meat industry might not be as colossal as beef or pork, but it still plays a role in local economies, particularly for small-scale farmers. Because rabbits are so resource efficient, they are a great option for urban farms or farmers looking to diversify their offerings without needing much additional space or feed. The market is slowly expanding, and as demand for ethical, sustainable, and health-conscious food increases, we might see rabbit meat hopping onto more dinner plates. For most Americans, rabbit isn't exactly a household staple, but for foodies and culinary enthusiasts, it's considered a gourmet option. Rabbit meat is incredibly lean, with a flavor somewhere between chicken and turkey. It's often found on the menus of fine dining establishments, particularly those that specialize in French or Mediterranean cuisine. Dishes like rabbit stew, braised rabbit, or grilled rabbit legs are popular in certain regions and among those who seek out less common meats. Rabbits are also part of the culinary traditions of many immigrant communities in the US. Italian, Spanish, and French immigrants have long histories of incorporating rabbit into their diets, and their influence can still be seen in certain parts of the country. Rabbits have always had a unique place in American culture. On one hand, they're adorable, fluffy creatures often associated with springtime and holidays like Easter. On the other hand, they're also seen as a farm animal and a source of food. There's a certain cognitive dissonance when it comes to rabbit meat. Many people love the idea of rabbits as pets but shy away from the notion of eating them. But for those who do consume rabbit, it's seen as a healthy, ethical choice, especially in comparison to more intensive livestock like cows or pigs. Now that we've covered the logistics, let's hop into some of the more quirky and fun aspects of rabbit meat. Trust me, the world of rabbit farming isn't all seriousness and stats. Did you know that rabbit meat has more protein per ounce than chicken, beef, or pork? It's a powerhouse for those looking to get lean, healthy protein without all the fat. Rabbits are super eco-friendly. They have a low carbon footprint compared to other animals because they need less space, food, and water. So, if you're thinking of shrinking your carbon footprint, consider adding some bunny to your diet. One of the strangest rabbit-related facts comes from medieval times, where the Catholic Church in Europe once considered young rabbits as a type of fish. Yes, you heard that right, fish. This classification allowed monks to eat them during Lent, when other meat was off limits. Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader, was once attacked by rabbits. He had arranged a rabbit hunt for himself and his officers, but instead of scattering when released, the rabbits charged at the group, leading to what can only be described as a fluffy rebellion. Talk about a twist. People become more health conscious and environmentally aware, rabbit meat may well have its day in the sun. It's healthy, sustainable, and can be a delicious addition to a variety of dishes. With the rise of farm-to-table movements and a focus on local, ethical food sourcing, more and more Americans might start seeing rabbit as more than just a cute animal hopping across the yard. While it's unlikely that rabbit will ever overtake beef or chicken as America's go-to meat, it's safe to say that this lean, mean protein source has a role to play in the future of American cuisine. And who knows, maybe one day it'll be as common in the grocery store as turkey or pork. So the next time you're at a restaurant and see rabbit on the menu, give it a try. You might just find that it's a hopping good meal.